Just as the saying has always maintained that it is always a good and noble deed to teach a man how to fish rather than cast the net for them, so is the spirit nurtured at the Mackay Memorial College, Natete, in Kampala. Indeed, all those who graduate from the college leave with skills and experience needed to generate wealth for themselves and their communities. Imagine a school operating under the Universal Secondary Education Program, but whose leadership is able to sustain it without relying on subsidies.
At our background as a USE school, and trying to find out how we can make more, we can generate more income, and two, to impart skills to the students in order for them to learn to make money so that they can sustain themselves in school.
Such is the origin of the education that pays for itself concept by the Teach a Man to Fish International Initiative.
Well, it's amazing, and I think the thing that I'm really proud of is to see the school take things into their own hands and, invite the community in, invite the other schools in. And yeah, I mean, it's great. They've taken this idea, and clearly, if the school wasn't interested in the idea, they wouldn't be doing this today.
So Teach a Man to Fish works with schools all across the world to set up school businesses, and these school businesses are educational and profitable. So the school businesses help young people get a more practical, relevant education that prepares them for work, and also the school businesses help schools to make more money to support their staff and their core costs.
Indeed, last year, Mackay Memorial College Natete was host to over 200 local and international delegates who shared experience and expertise on how vocational education and its impact create employment and sustainability for schools and students. To this effect, as a way of implementing some of these skills acquired, the college runs and is reaping from their projects, with chicken rearing topping the list.
The project really is too helpful to the students, whereby the students, they feed the chicken, they give them food, they give them water, and so they govern the project. So they are getting skills of marketing, skills of customer care, because we have customers who come at the farm to pick the eggs and to buy chicken also.
Being the college's non-uniform day for students, it was time to exhibit poultry education value chain, including the processing and marketing skills of the chicken products. These students are able to display skills in poultry breeding.
We get skills like how to vaccinate these chicken when they are sick. For example, if they are attacked by diseases like coccidiosis, like foot rot, and others. So I get to know how to look after them, how to feed them, at what time, the type of food to give, at which age, and others.
Well, these students have to master the art of handling poultry products. In this, they bake different products using eggs, roast chicken, and they sell to customers with special emphasis on record keeping.
At least to expose some of our projects, as you see, this is our chicken project, and we have got some of them, and we have fried as you see, we have roasted as you see. So we are trying to get at least some money from our project. We are exhibiting roasting. We are gaining how to roast chicken. As you see, some students are buying, and this man, I think, will help us to gain more.
They give us eggs, and when they mature, they provide us some income or money, and even as a student, I can rear this chicken in order to get a bursary in school.
In support of the practical education system, government initiated the Skilling Uganda program, a training aimed at equipping students with the necessary skills to match the job market. This education system further ensured that the content provided to the students was equivalent to industrial work standards.
The program is not only about emphasizing on academics or just practical aspects, but it's about infusing the two so that our children meet the demands of the global economy as well as engage in good citizenship and participate fully in a vibrant economy and civil society. The program seeks to embrace the skills requirement and the competences for all students, including those in primary, secondary, and tertiary education levels. In respect to this approach, education that pays for itself, I'm pleased to note that our students have been assisted to acquire those competences, like, for example, writing business plans and setting up small-scale businesses in schools to generate income for themselves, for the school, and for the staff. I'm sure the skills acquired at this level can be employed through various avenues in the pursuit of their education. For example, in business, at the end of the day, for example, if they acquire a diploma, they'll be able to be very good business managers, marketeers, accountants, or creating other opportunities, like e-selling, packaging of materials, distribution of facilities, and many, many other things. So it is a very important skill that is going to assist our students for many, many years to come.
But what we're doing is, we're trying to work in partnership actually with the Ugandan government, because now actually the Ugandan government's very, very awakened, very aware, big focus on skills, big focus on business, entrepreneurship. So we see what we're doing as supporting the Ugandan government and supporting Uganda to achieve their dreams, of skilling the young people.
Mackay Memorial College is a government-aided secondary school nurturing over 1,000 students and is now famous for equipping its students with a number of vocational skills.
I have a number of students, of people who went through the school who have already started projects in chicken rearing, in piggery, in decorating for weddings, in farming, all sorts of projects.
This initiative is part of the global movement for skilling learners under the Teach a Man to Fish project, in which schools like Mackay Memorial College have been supported to compete in the school's entrepreneurship challenge.
Well, it runs every year. This particular year we're going to finish in November, and then we have a prize giving in January, February. We announce the winners, so that's when we'll be giving out prizes. Last year I think one of the Ugandan schools was one of the top winners. They won about $5,000. So this is what we're going to be doing, and we'll be holding press conferences and advertising, what's happened, who are the winners. And then we also have some other projects on board, working with some schools in Wakiso, Mukono coming on. So yeah, you'll be seeing more of us.
As more schools embrace such initiatives by the Teach a Man to Fish organization, Uganda will have more job creators than job seekers to reverse the current unemployment burden.
Last year, we were with a Teach a Man to Fish, and they were teaching us how to make a business plan.
For us at our project, we grow vegetables, we rear chicks, goats, cows.
Believe me, somehow I managed to convince the management, and we put up the bazaar within 5 days with 28 students, and we managed to get the net profits of 8,000 rupees.
I've acquired many skills. For example, I know a certain number of feeds that should be given to a certain number of birds. Another thing I like at my projects is that I'm creating a relationship between teachers, because there is interaction between me and students.
Our skilling, and I'm not of the view of making just separate technical schools. It will still be theoretical, but trying to make the whole curriculum vocational is the best way, because even if you are doing literature, you should be able to learn to write articles, to write books, to write whatever, and you make money.
Teach a man a fire, and you win for a night. Teach a man to make fire, you keep him warm the rest of his life. Woo! Let us get together.